So it's time for your blonde bombshell to do a book review. This was a book that encompassed 4 stories in one book. It's called Sweet Treats. A heapin' helpin' of love is dished up in 4 fun romances. That means 4 different authors, too, people. We've got Wanda E. Broomsettler, Bertie L. Etchison, Pamela Griffin, Tamala Hancock Murray. Now, on the back cover, I'll read that to you, read what the stories are about, a little brief synopsis, if you will. Then I'm going to take away the special points of the story, and then I'm going to give you the rating and who should really read this book. Mix one cooking teacher and 3 students trying to impress their potential sweethearts, and what do you get? A culinary school. 2 aspects of her new job, disappoint Cynthia. First, having too much time on her hands. Second, her surly boss, Gabe. So Cynthia starts her own cooking online school and tries to forget Gabe's dark, expressive eyes. When Lorna, a young widow, returns to college, the last thing she seeks is another husband. But Evan, a fellow student and culinary novice, is determined to warm up her heart. What can shake her resolve never to love again? Erica takes Cynthia's course to impress the man of her dreams, but her culinary adventures turn into disasters. Despite her failures, are peppermint dreams, a future bright and sweet awaiting around the corner. When Gwendolyn lands a photography assignment for the Dairy Baked ad campaign, she decides to create her own dessert masterpiece for her boss's handsome son. But is Gwendolyn too culinary challenged even for Cynthia's course? Savor these delectable stories of food, fun, and faith, and find the perfect recipe for love. Now, what is delightful I find about this book is not only the escapades and that they all turn to God in each story to find out where their path leads, but they also give us a recipe at the end of each story. I'm trying to get to even just one here to show you what I'm talking about, okay? Here's a recipe for sour cream pound cake, okay? There's different recipes throughout the book, and if you're just learning to cook, then I'm sure that this is the book that you want to read for romance as well. Let me give you the synopsis of what they say each story's about, then we'll go to the pages or parts that actually touched me. Down and get to the front of the book. Thank you. The introduction, if you will. Cupcakes for Two by Bertie L. Etchison. This is the one of the stories that I just was like, oh my goodness, this is great. Cynthia Lyons leaves a broken heart in California and applies for a new job as a bed and breakfast manager in Oregon. Gabe Taylor, a demanding, negative person, much like her ex-fiancé, Max, hires her. Yet there is a story in Gabe's dark, expressive eyes. If she stays on at the bed and breakfast, will she learn what it is? The Blueberry Surprise by Wanda E. Broomsettler. Lorna Patterson is a young widow who returns to college hoping to become a music teacher. The last thing she's looking for is love. But Evan Bailey, a college student, is a persistent man who has recently taken Cynthia Lyons' online cooking class. Can God take 2 people so different and help them find their heart's desire through a blueberry surprise? The Bittersweet Memories and Peppermint Dreams by Pamela Griffin. Loved this story. After 19 years, Erica Langley is going home again, yet the prospect is bittersweet. Ron Mears becomes more to Erica than a nice guy helping her roots and solve the mystery of her troubling past. In the hopes of winning his heart through his sweet tooth, she takes a sweet treats cooking course through Cynthia Lyons' online school, and her sad attempts at baking should have had him running the opposite direction, but he doesn't. Still, if he does care about her, why is he so distant? Cream of the Crop by Tamala Hancock Murray. When the photographer Gwendolyn Warner takes an assignment for the Dairy Baked, she's ecstatic, but the son of the owner, Sebastian Emerson, objects that he never authorized a new photographer. Gwendolyn tries to impress him by promising the best dessert ever. She enrolls in Cynthia's internet school, and when she manages to flub the recipe, she's sure she'll be fired. But the Lord has used lesser ingredients to fulfill his servants. How will he turn up the heat now? Well, in the first story, on page 88, and I'm looking at my notes without my glasses, which is the story of Cupcakes for Two. Cynthia is letting the Girl Scouts use Gabe's kitchen. And mind you, she's the manager at the bed and breakfast. But when Gabe enters and speaks to Cynthia, start at the asterisk, not on page 88. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Now, mind you, she's already cooking with the Girl Scout troop in his kitchen. But he's being so patient, so understanding. And he's been away, so he misses her. But they're all about to find that out. Gabe, it was a one-time thing. The Girl Scouts, you know? I know. And it's what I've come to admire you in these past 4 months. You are so giving and generous and loving to everyone. His eyes told Cynthia that he was once again teasing her, and she playfully pushed him. I like all those traits, even in the bossiness, as a bossy person gets things done. But the most important one is loving, and anyone who would help the Girl Scouts make money for their camp is all heart. Isn't that touching? I mean, just the littlest things can make the biggest difference. Okay, we're going to move on to Ryan asks Erica to take things slow and easy. Okay? He's got a story of his own over here in Peppermint, Sweet Memories and Peppermint Dreams. Oh, Bittersweet Memories and Peppermint Dreams. And it's a cute story. All of them are cute stories, well worth a read. But I would say it's more for a young adult. Maybe young adult to early teenager, read all 4 books. But I love this part here. I do like you, Erica, but let's take this slow and easy, please. How slow was slow and easy? Patience was never an easy virtue for Erica, but she nodded, trying to understand his point of view. Okay, maybe she was trying to push things between them too fast. She never had any real and lasting relationship with either her adopted parents or her few former boyfriends. Maybe her desire to experience the joy of a truly loving relationship spurred her into jumping in the middle of love's shining sea, when she should just carefully wade out and through the shallow waters. The waters beyond could be tumultuous if one wasn't prepared. Hadn't her school chums told her that? She didn't want any icy and unexpected wave to overtake her before she could get a grip on her life or her feelings. She wanted the waters to ease around her, warm and inviting, like being immersed in the hot springs up to her neck. And then on page 250, Erica and Paula are discussing how all 3 of them, because there's a spouse, there's another one, there was Erica, Paula, and Wes. They all find each other again, and Erica is like, well, Erica and Wes was adopted, and Paula was raised by their biological mom. And this part here on page 250, if I don't drop the book, here we go. They're discussing really what brought them back together. Okay. Erica stared at her flowered mug. But she did love us. I don't know, I guess. She never physically abused us, though she slapped my face on a few occasions when I sassed her. She was just never able to take care of herself, much less 3 kids. Paula shook her head as if to dispel her thoughts. I learned long ago not to think about those days. Even the Bible mentions something about not looking behind and only looking forward. If I'd done that, I wouldn't be here, Erica argued. Maybe. But I believe God had a hand in all of us finding one another. We're all Christians, thankfully, and we all raised by Christian families, and God is our Father and leads us. He's the one who brought you home, Erica. All I'm saying is that I don't think we should look too closely at what happened before. Let's just live in the present and forget the rest. Erica thought about Paula's words. Margaret and Darren could hardly be called Christians. Erica had accepted the Lord through the maid's counsel, yet her sister was right. Now that the past had been dug up and laid bare, it was time to lay it to rest. Now, what does the complete book get? Well, if you're a young child or a young adult, okay, wanting to read good romances, I say this is your book. it also has recipes in there, so you could learn how to cook some of these recipes. So if you're a young adult, it gets a 10. But if you're like myself and you want a little bit of a steamy romance, hopefully, with a little drama, but not too much drama, it gets a 5 for adults. But a 10 if you're a young adult. So you don't want to miss this book. There are some really great Bible passages in this book. And I would say that you would be learning more on how to treat each other in this world. How we wish others would treat each other in this world. Okay, that's the book review, and I'm going to sing next, so you don't want to miss anything.